Hello, my name is Jimmy Ray, former quarterback of the 1966 National Championship Spartan football team, also MSU's quarterback in the game of the century, the infamous 10-10 tie versus Notre Dame. I'm here along with my fellow Spartan teammates to endorse and support Alan Heller for Athletic Director of Michigan State University Athletics. Alan is a successful, driven individual. His character and integrity are beyond reproach. All through my personal experience and exposure with Alan, I found him to be relevant, innovative, and highly committed individual. His core values exhibit success: smart, tough, competitive, selfless, and hardworking. He has demonstrated these qualities every step of his tenure thus far along the way. It is my sincere belief that the future of Michigan State athletics will be in extremely capable and committed hands. That's why I and my fellow teammates are endorsing Alan Heller as Director of Athletics for Michigan State University. Thank you.
My name is Clinton Jones. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. And I had the fortune to go to Michigan State University, and I was recruited by John McVay and Hank Buller. And I went there with very few accolades in football. And I had the great fortune to meet other outstanding athletes from all across the country, and to be mentored by Brish Smith, who was our freshman coach, then on with Duffy Doherty, Biggie Munn, and John Hanna, and be with a group of young men that were my brothers, my family, that really
Good kid, Clint. How are you, man? All together, we brothers.
it really made a difference for me for the rest of my life. But we accomplished something during a time when civil rights movement was going on, the Vietnam War, and also the cultural movement of youth. We wound up being the most two-time national champions and most diversified college football team in the history of the United States. And that had an influence on the rest of the country. And we're here today to support Alan Heller, who grew up watching us, had the fortune to go to Michigan State, and go to where he is today to be a candidate as an athletic director. We feel in our hearts that he deserves the opportunity, he's more than qualified, and he's been in my mind ever since the Mark Hollis left office, and we're coming from behind some fundamental darkness at the university. But that's behind us. So we're coming out of the ashes to create a new era, a new Spartan legacy. And that's why we're here today. And we know what it takes to win. It takes unity. We may be different in body, but they have the same mind. You can't do that unless you have the same mind. And that's why we're on this call today, to make a difference. We're not asking for anything other than like don't break up the coalition that we need to bring Michigan State University as a great institution of learning and research, and with force as a cultural event that brings people together to really be united and to build on what we already have, building a foundation that Alan Howard has already established by being an apprentice and coming all the way up. Has all the tools to do whatever needed, whatever required. He has those tools. So, long before we got to this point, Alan has been in my vision, and I have a vision of a 21st century Michigan State University Spartans. And I have to say that this new hashtag now, Spartan Dogs, but to me, we're not dogs, we're Lion Kings. And Alan is the Lion King. We aim for the highest. We haven't had a national championship since 1966. So we have a new administration that entered in at a time which has been very, very difficult for the world. We come in on the fundamental doctrines that swept across this campus, not only our campus, other campuses, USC, Ohio State, Michigan, but when you go through trials and tribulations, that's what is strong. That's what makes us Spartans. Right now, we want to use the difficulties and struggles that we've been through to create a new era. And we're here to support the youth. We're here to support those Spartans right now that are yearning to excel, not only in the gridiron of the football field, but the gridiron of life. So we're kind of like the mentors. We're the mini treasure. We're in the third stage of life, but we have something to offer in terms of our wisdom and our experience and what we've accomplished. Because the bottom line, we need to bring joy and hope back to Michigan State. And I think for a person like Alan Haller can do that.
Hi, my name is Pat Gallinaw. I'm a 1967 graduate of Michigan State University. While I was there, I had the privilege of playing on the 1965 and 66 Big Ten and National Championship football teams. And I'm here to endorse Alan Haller as the most capable, the most knowledgeable, the most qualified of the candidates for Michigan State University. One of the things that I did since I graduated is I wrote a poem that's getting a lot of traction lately called What is a Spartan? It appears in Tom Shanahan's book, Ray of Light. It also appears in Con Demos's book called The Tradition Continues. And it even appears in my own book called The Spartan Verses, which is a memory of the 65 and 66 team. And in there, I list a number of qualities or characteristics that an ideal Spartan would have. And I can't think of anybody who has more of them than Alan Haller. Some of them, he's a fighter. Spartan is a fighter. That's what he has been all his life. Spartan is a dreamer. He sees, he asks why things cannot be done and sees a better future with projects yet begun. He's dreaming right now of bringing a national championship back to Michigan State University. Spartan is a doer. He goes out and he gets the work done. Spartan is a worker. He's not afraid to sweat and put the hours in, and nobody puts in more hours than Alan Haller than in anything he wanted to do. He does. A Spartan is a helper. So all of the qualities that just about every one that I've listed in that poem in there, Alan Haller possesses, and I think he would make a great athletic director. As I said, he bleeds the Spartan through and through, and nobody knows more about Michigan State athletics, the candidates involved, and what needs to be done to improve in all areas of Michigan State athletics than Alan Haller. So he has my full endorsement as the next athletic director at Michigan State University. Thank you.
My name is Baba Pisa. I'm from Hawaii. I attended Michigan State in 1964. That's where I ran into Jimmy Ray. We've been best buddies ever since. And our AD at that time was Biggie Munn. He was the standard bearer for all ADs following him. I'm in support of Alan Haller only because I feel that Alan, he's young, he's progressive, and he's a forward-thinking guy. And that's exactly what we need at Michigan State. From my standpoint, I think this is something that Alan Haller can visualize and make sure it maintain at the same time. I'm very honored to be there. I had other choices where I could go to school, but I went to Michigan State, and I'm very honored to meet all my teammates here. And a while back, I mean this truthfully. When I was at the induction of the Hall of Fame, I wanted to shoulder everybody on my shoulder, and in spirit, and walk into the hall together, because all of us, all of you, have done the job and are deserving of that honor. And I thank you for that.
Hello, my name is Jerry West. I played on the 65, 66 national championship teams. I'm here to endorse Alan Haller as the next athletic director at Michigan State. I think a job like this, there's several qualities that you need: honesty, integrity, and I think Alan has all those. I've dealt with him several times over the years, and he's always been very congenial and very straightforward with me. So I think he'd just make a great candidate in that regards. Another consideration, I think, and we've been talking about that, and everybody's mentioned that a little bit, is loyalty. And obviously, he's a loyal Spartan. He grew up in Lansing, went to school in Lansing, became a Spartan, went on to play a little bit in the NFL, came back, worked for the university in the police department, and then I guess it was about 11 years ago when he became an assistant athletic director. I think his loyalty is what we should be looking at, because he's been here, he's proven himself, and he has all the materials to make him a great athletic director. I don't think it's a hard decision for anybody. I don't think it should be very hard. I think this is, I would equate this to a Tom Izzo. Second in line, let's name him our athletic director. And I don't think that you could do a better job, or you could find anyone better for this job than Alan Haller. And go green.
Hi, I'm Ernie Pasteur, originally from Beaufort, North Carolina, recruited by Hall of Fame coach Duffy Darby at MSU in 1963, and a proud member of our 65-66 national championship team. I've had the opportunity of being a season ticket holder for MSU football and basketball for the last 50 years. Have watched lots of coaches and administrators come and go over those years, and have always been a proud supporter of MSU, both verbally and financially. Over 50 years. Served on the executive committee of the MSU football committee for the last 10 years, and on the National Alumni Board. Again, I met Alan Haller in 1985, back when he was a 10th grader at Sexton High School. My son also was a Sexton at the time, so I had a chance to meet him during football and track practice. Why would Alan be a good choice for athletic director at MSU? He presents a positive image of MSU, first of all. We want someone at the helm that we all can be proud of. He is a man of integrity and a keeper of his word. You know, if Alan commits to something, he will follow that to a T. When I talk about history, Alan, I know this for a fact because we talked many, many times. He knows the history of MSU. He knows what happened back with Gideon Smith. Back in those days, he read all of that history. Back in the 50s, with the national championship teams there, he knows all of that history. MSU's 65-66 team, our team, he knows all that history. He's seen the film, Banks of the Red Cedar, okay? Read the book, Ray Light. It went on and on. I could talk about that all day and all night, okay? In summary, what I'm trying to say to you and everybody else out there that's gonna make a judgment on this thing, we want an AD to represent a positive image of MSU, a person of integrity, a visionary, have knowledge of MSU's history. You have to have that knowledge, and you have to wrap your arms around that knowledge so that you can then internalize it. And you know that this is something that Michigan State needs. Michigan State needs to know that history, and it needs, again, to know where we came from. So we know where we are, and then we can get where we want to go, okay? So let's go with the homegrown talent and well-known loyalists of MSU who would take our school to that next level. And again, I am a total supporter of Alan Haller for MSU's next athletic director. Go Green.
My name is Sterling Armstrong. I played football at Michigan State in 1965, 66, and 67. I grew up in Detroit, and I'm currently living in Lansing. I have a lovely wife, a couple of kids, 4 grandkids. I was part of the Lansing School District for 32 years. But enough about me. This is about my support of Alan Haller. And to me, okay, Alan Haller should be the next athletic director. It is a no-brainer. Just recently, in 2016, he was just inducted into the Greater Lansing Hall of Fame. So the community here, right around Michigan State, knows about him from his high school days and so forth, okay? They're pulling for him to be the next athletic director. So to me, it's a no-brainer. It should be Alan Haller. Thanks.
Good afternoon. My name is Jim Procol. I'm a proud Spartan. I grew up in Canton, Ohio, and was recruited to play football for Michigan State by Duffy Doherty and John McVay. I had the great honor of playing with these gentlemen here, along with many others on the 65 team. And I just love my Spartan green. I'm going to try to make it simple because we've covered Alan's experience as a Spartan, as an athlete, and as an administrative leader. I think we need to take a look at something a little bit broader, and that's the brand of Michigan State in the public eye. Right now, it's my feeling that Michigan State is at an all-time low in terms of its public recognition as a leading institution, and that's for all the reasons that I don't need to name. So I think what's going to fall upon the athletic director's plate of things to do is to lead the charge in reinstituting a brand of excellence that we no longer have. We've all referred to a number of people, athletic directors and coaches and otherwise, in our era that were able to establish that brand, whoever it happens to be, but in the 60s there were several. And that brand needs to be reestablished, but it's not going to happen overnight. I don't believe it will. So my feeling is that a person like Alan Haller, with the skill set of a leader, with the experience of someone who knows the university, knows athletics, and knows how to get things done at Michigan State, and knows how to engender a level of leadership and a level of enthusiasm, not just in the athletes themselves, but in the ability to recruit and maintain top-level coaches in all of our programs. So Michigan State was once a leader. It was once recognized as a leader. It was once feared as a dominant opponent. I don't think that's the case anymore. And I think we need a leader that can get us back there again, in both in the Big Ten, as well as in the NCAA recognition. So my vote would go with Alan Haller. I've known Alan throughout the years. He's a professional, he's committed, and he's a man who knows how to get things done. Thank you.
In closing this discussion, I would like to say that Bubba, George Webster, Charlie Thornhill, Charlie Whittemire from Hawaii, Dick Henning, Jimmy Hoy, Mitch Pruitt,
Reese Haynes.
go down the line.
Maurice Haynes.
Bob, you know, if they are here today, I have no doubt in my mind, who they would want for the AD. This is the unity that we have through life and death. There's no doubt in my mind. I hope that our message penetrates the consciousness of people that are making these decisions and really use the treasure of the heart. Because that's what's most important. This is about our humanity and bringing in a new era of Spartan history. We need to know the foundation which we stand. We stand for each other, regardless of any differences. One is one. All our brothers that aren't with us right now, the what's is in our heart. They'll always be there. We want this generation of young people now to feel that heartbeat. When they step out in that gridiron, it's really a game. Really. I hope the administrators understand that.
You know, I just want to close this by saying this. Look at the composition of the people and the gentlemen in front of you. Now, I want to echo a sentiment that Duffy used to tell us. He doesn't see color, he sees talent. He sees talent. That's what Alan Haller presents, talent.